money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com.
Live.
Here we are checking into the Woodward Sports Desk live on WoodwardSports.com.
I'm your boy, Easy Joe, by my man Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
Hella ADD already. We got Chris in the TD booth, and we're switching things up. All right. I don't even know what did JB tell?
He had a prior engagement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout to JB. He's no longer with us.
Damn, bro.
We're filling in for him. We got our guy Noah. Did we ever forget how to say your last name?
What up, though?
The proper enunciation of your last name?
Walbrecht.
Walbrecht.
What I think.
Yeah.
General consensus by my family.
Just a plain old peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, just a plain old peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Inside joke. I'm low key kind of sick right now, Spinny. Right before the show, I had I actually advised with you or counseled with you before I even made the trade.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper, who's receiver 8 in fantasy football this year. For Christian Kirk, who's receiver 10 in fantasy football, and Dante Foreman. That was the trade. 2 for 1.
Yeah.
And it got vetoed.
Like, everybody vetoed it?
No. Well, actually, so I don't actually know how veto. I've never been in a league where things actually get vetoed. It's kind of weird. So right now it's like 4 to 1, or 4 to 2, I should say.
2 veto?
Yes.
Damn.
And some of it I know is because some people were in the fantasy group were bitching because of the trade deadline. Some people thought it should have been earlier, but it ends tonight officially. So I got Deshaun Watson coming off of the suspension. So I'm like, let me go get Amari Cooper. Boom, that's a stack. The Christian Kirk and Lawrence stack's been carrying me all. I'm number 1 right now. It's been carrying me all year. I broke it off because it's Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper's been pretty good.
Yeah,
he's receiver 8
for sure.
Only 2 more above Kirk. Is that veto?
No, that's not vetoable.
I feel like such a fair trade.
They're being soft.
Thee being scared.
Yeah.
Deshaun hasn't even seen the field. Why are you being scared?
That's a very fair trade.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I actually asked Abe after the fact. Maybe I should have asked him beforehand. We'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? The group chat's burning up, going up with that one. For Detroit Lions fans tuning in, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button on WoodwardSports.com. But Jeff Okudah, Jonah Jackson, and Jerry Jacobs are all going to return this week. And as you know, Jerry Jacobs went out. He's lightheaded.
Yeah.
They didn't know if it was concussion or what the situation was, but he left the Bills game earlier than Thanksgiving. Jeff Okudah had the concussion prior to the New York Giants game. And then Jonah Jackson, his was an illness, but then turned to a concussion protocol situation.
He got so sick, he's throwing up. He hit his head off the toilet and got a concussion. Been there. No.
He was celebrating that win a little too much. Yeah, man, it's I'm sick over the fans. You and I actually had a couple fantasy trades too in the past. But how'd you feel about the one I just now said?
I don't think that's that bad.
Yeah.
Not at all. I still kind of regret trading D-Hop, though, for Cordell Patterson.
I know. What was Cordell Patterson? And Wan'Dale's, when he got healthy, he was looking...
Yeah, he was far dropped, though, by that point.
Yeah, that's fair.
He needed space.
I did get off on that one.
And breaking news, you said it in the pre-show video, but the Liver King
got popped for steroids.
Popped for steroids by...
it's like some Twitter guy.
I don't understand. Like, who's testing? Why is he testing? Like,
it was nice. It wasn't even like a test. It's like what happened was so first and foremost, all the fitness people hate this guy because they actually practice that niche, and they're like, this guy's 100% on steroids. There's no way you're just eating.
Oh, for sure.
Raw meat.
Everybody
and
knew
like
it.
That. Yeah, and so he's always denied it, and then I guess allegedly someone's found emails. A link to him. He's been doing a stack worth $11,000 of HGH.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That'll do it. That'll do it. I mean, if you ever want to look good, if you're really trying to look good, just inject yourself with steroids. It'll solve the problem.
I mean, you still got to work on them, but yeah. Custom health fitness get you right.
It does.
But other than that,
you don't need the HGH, and you don't have to eat raw meat like a psycho.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other part too. Yeah, that guy is actually a super douche for that one. But some other health news, if you will, that kind of broke my mind. Actually, everybody I've sent this to, they're all kind of freaking out about it.
It's not true.
Can you throw up the NPC tweet?
I got you.
And the only reason why it's labeled NPC. So, oh wow, you remade the tweet. That's all right. It says, "Yo, WTF? Just saw a stat that said only 30 to 50% of people have an internal dialogue. There's really 50+% of the population out here walking around with nothing going on in their head. Everything is starting to make much, much more sense."
I feel like that's just not true. First of all, how would you test that? let me listen to your brain. You know,
I think they ask.
It's like the mascot for NPCs, though.
You do.
Me?
You look pretty NPC.
Oh, that is easy. That's crazy.
Yeah, the original picture had sauce in it.
Yeah.
Now you get your old nickname back. You were acting up in the damn booth.
He changed it up on you.
So you have internal dialogue with yourself like the other day?
Every day.
You too?
Every day.
The one person, no, you have internal dialogue with your, yeah.
Oh yeah.
At first, I remember I was like 9 one time, and I realized I was having internal dialogue, and I was like, shit, I might be crazy.
It literally cannot be true.
So I tried like silencing it, and then I started thinking about something else until I realized it was my internal dialogue thinking about something else. But I'm mad Sam's not here because you
don't think Sam has an internal
if
dialogue?
I had to pick anyone in the studio, which because of serial killer allegations, right?
Or it would be Adam, because I feel like Adam's internal dialogue would just be him yelling at himself.
What if it is?
Shut up! He's just going off in his mind.
Maybe that's why he's always like, hot.
It can make sense. But I feel like that's not true. That cannot be true.
Well, my girl looked it up, and she said it's actually less than 50%. Because she said the same thing. There's no way that's not true.
Yeah.
But it's like, remember Men in Black? He had like a little alien in that dude's head?
Yeah.
That's why I used to like picture
Sugar water.
Yeah, that too. I don't know, it trips me out. But it also brought up the conversation like, because there's no way you can say like what your inner dialogue sounds like, right? But like,
sounds like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also conversation with the girl, like deaf people, do they have inner dialogue?
That's a good question. I feel like yes.
They do.
Yeah.
Like, what does it sound like?
You're walking down a slippery slope here.
I'm just saying, is there inner dialogue?
Dude's asking about
Yeah.
Helen Keller's conscience.
Oh, God.
Dude.
No. Let me solo Cam so that this is all responsibility.
I can say it.
All responsibility.
Your cousin's deaf, so you can say it?
Yeah, that's how it works,
That's
right?
fair. All right. That makes sense.
Dude, my dog's going deaf. I can say whatever. I mean,
In other news, off of Easy's cancelable topics, USA Soccer got the dub today. Not a big soccer guy. I'll put that out there. I don't watch a lot of soccer, but I was watching that. We were all tuned in the back, and USA got the dub over Iran. They 1-0. Electric 1-0 match.
immediately after Spencer FaceTimed Adam and said, "Take that."
Yeah.
USA something. Just kidding. Adam's 70s now.
Adam Lebanese, yeah, but still, shock at Adam. No, that was a good dub for USA. They advanced to the next round. I believe it's the knockout round coming up next, so that should be more exciting. I think they play the Netherlands, I want to say, in their first matchup. So that should be exciting.
Yeah.
You did have one bar though. I don't know if you want to repeat it, but the bar you had won USA first.
No,
one.
I'm not going to repeat that.
Oh, is it cancelable? Another cancelable
Is
bar?
that cancelable?
I don't think so.
What about the USA being 2-0?
What was the bar?
I'm not going to say.
Oh. That's not cancelable.
I'm just not going to go
Very
there.
patriotic,
I'm just not going to go there.
in my opinion. It's
But
very
in other
patriotic.
news, in Detroit sports news,
Yes.
Miguel Cabrera today has confirmed that next year is his last year. We already pretty much knew that. He had said it before, but this was confirming it, that next year will be the last year of Miguel Cabrera in the MLB. So it's crazy. It's crazy, man. He's been in it pretty much my whole life. He's been there. And he's one of my favorite Tigers of all time. Love Miguel Cabrera, everything that he's done for the city and done for that team. It is awesome to watch. Triple Crown winner. MVPs.
Was he the first Triple Crown winner since like the 70s or
Yes,
something
since
like
a
that?
long time
Yeah.
ago.
I
And
have this-
it's impressive. He's the best right-handed hitter in the history of baseball, in my opinion.
Bro.
What?
Never mind. I was just thinking about my cancelable comments.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get canceled because they can't hear me. I'm just saying.
But Miggy farewell tour.
I'm just saying.
Can they really cancel me if they couldn't hear what I was saying?
Someone
That's
wrote it.
Easy's inner dialogue. If anybody wants to get instantly canceled, go listen to Easy's inner dialogue and just say exactly what it's saying.
Someone wrote it down and they're pissed.
Yeah. Like
man.
the must, like the arm of his pit. But
Shout out to Miggy, though, for real.
shout out to Miggy, man. He's done a lot for the city. He's done a lot for Detroit Tigers baseball. He's going to be sorely missed. Although, this was in the cards. He's playing out the contract. What can you do? I don't blame him. He earned every penny. So good for Miggy. It's going to be tough to watch Tigers game without him playing, that's for sure.
100%. And then We've all had some freakouts in our time. You were watching the good old days of Michigan State. I know that's no longer. And I've had a freak out this year personally against Detroit Lions at Minnesota. And we lost that one. And it's because Dan Campbell lost that one, like clear as day. But there was one trending yesterday. It was a Ravens fan. Sus, if you could play the video real quick.
This is Easy's inner dialogue.
This is my inner dialogue. When Spencer tells me I can't tweet about Elton John.
Yeah.
Have you ever had one of these?
Oh, yeah. Robert Ory did this to me.
Yeah, that's fair. And we're like...
Dude, he's breathing hard.
He's crying.
I feel like this is also, he's putting on a show.
I don't know, dude. He just broke his keyboard. He's streaming live. He broke his keyboard.
This is a regular season game.
We lost to the Jags!
But then it makes more sense, right? It's the Jags. You guys how teams feel when they lose to the Lions?
I saw Lamar Jackson tweeted, he was like, that kind of made me feel better about my outburst. Or someone was like, that made me feel better about my outburst. And Lamar's like, same. Because, did you see what Lamar said on Twitter?
Yeah, he's clapped at somebody.
Yeah. So you never been on the field, all you dudes?
You never stood the field, more like sniff a dick or something. No, have you ever had a freak out like that? When was the last time?
No.
You've never had...
I've been like... I've stood up and gotten like angry, but I mean that's excessive. That's nuts. It's a little like psychotic.
Wait, you guys remember? Does
cap.
anyone here remember that YouTube video of the world's greatest freakout?
Oh,
that was like right as YouTube
I still
broke.
don't know if that was fake or not.
Yeah,
puts the remote up his butt. Yeah, that was fake.
That was 100% fake.
I don't know.
But
I don't
think you're faking a remote up your butt unless you enjoy it. Like,
of all things, you believe that?
Yeah,
that dude. I've been that mad before.
He said, "I've done it."
I've never put the remote up there.
Like, it was a smaller remote, but
it was like the Roku remote.
I think
the Amazon Fire Stick.
Yeah,
I think you could tell sometimes. Like that one seemed more real. That one seemed real. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty good at it.
I think he needs to chill out. Like it's a regular season game. Relax, man. It's not life or death.
Yeah, he went on to punch a pumpkin. Detroit Dabber 313 reminded me of the Woodward Sports Chat. You skipped the pumpkin punching. It's also, why do you have a pumpkin in your room?
It's because it's staged.
It's not staged.
Everything on TikTok
he had
is fake.
like, you see the background with all those jerseys back there? He had like one from every team. So what if he just makes a freak out video for every single
Sure.
loss?
Maybe we'll find him and follow him. I mean, he had the purple. Well, I guess you could change those too.
Everything on TikTok is fake. If he's got a pumpkin and a breakaway keyboard, like ready to go.
Halloween was a month ago.
I mean, he was like in a well, sometimes pumpkins are like a Thanksgiving decoration too. By the way, Thanksgiving decorations are lame. Don't ever put those up.
Yeah.
But he was also in like an attic. So maybe that's like where they, put that stuff.
He was an attic?
He was in an attic.
Oh.
Attic.
He's in the attic. Yeah, he might be an attic too.
He's a Ravens attic.
He's definitely a Ravens attic. But if you need to protect your pumpkins from someone like that or your
Hit
keyboard,
the like button if you think it's real.
all you got to do is go to Guardian Alarm, because Guardian Alarm keeps you safe and gives you peace of mind, whether you're at home or on the road with their 24/7 local monitoring. They make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call them at 1-800
Stay out!
That's 1-800
Stay out!
right now and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
That was real.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Look at this guy.
Look at that guy.
I don't even know who this guy is.
He doesn't know who that guy is.
Totally different person.
Totally different person.
Because of Custom Health.
Because of Custom Health.
Ryan Armani lost 20 pounds.
20 pounds.
And you can too.
You can too.
All with the help of Custom Health.
Custom Health.
All you have to do.
All you got to do.
Is call them.
Call.
At 844. 789. 8446.
8446.
That's 844.
This is your content.
789
Do
Thin.
it, you fat
Call them
Lord.
today and let Custom Health help you.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights, live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Rex. What up, though? We got young Chris in the TV booth. Noah. One more time on the last name.
Wolbernacki.
On the ones and twos and audio. Tabernacle. There's another comment by our guy Abe in the Woodward Sports chat. He comments, if you speak multiple languages, which language does your inner voice speak? That's a good question.
That is a good question. Maybe it's like subtitles.
How did you?
He's gonna read it.
That's been a Michael Jackson noise on accident.
Yeah. All right, enough of the inner dialogue talk.
My inner dialogue wants to talk about Dan Campbell's clock management.
Yes,
it's come back up, stemming off of last week's game against the Bills, and at certain points I understand it. Like before halftime, we did offer them or allowed them enough time to score before the halftime.
Yes,
and then, I mean, outside of that, you actually had a tweet from Woodward about the time management.
Did I?
You put out the one video. It was like an office video or something like that for your.
I don't remember, but yeah, it's here you go, take it. I don't know what you're talking about.
You posted it.
I don't remember. Well, you should have told me that before.
You made a comment on the time management, so I was curious, like, what your point is, because I don't see that standpoint. Maybe I'm trying to, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It's before the half was definitely tough. You can't allow. I understand they're trying to go for 2 possessions, maybe do that, score fast, but you can't allow the Buffalo Bills to get the ball before halftime and have the ability to score knowing they're getting the ball from halftime. Like, they're going to have the first possession already after halftime. You can't let them get the ball. You should have bled the clock, played it to score, and then walk off the field with that lead, hopefully. But that is the one that hurts me. That's the one that doesn't really make sense to me, is why he allowed the Buffalo Bills to get another possession before half. At the end of the game, the clock management that wasn't my concern. Okay. I liked the play call.
Yeah.
I liked them doing what they did, going for the kill, going for the touchdown. Do you want to see them get that first down, run it? Yeah, but you run that, and then you let the Buffalo Bills set up their defense. It's going to be harder to score, and it ends up being the same thing. You go to overtime, it's on a coin flip. Where they had it, the defense was out of sorts. They were trying to rush the passer. They didn't have anybody backing coverage. They had the matchups they liked. They ran the routes they liked. They had the play they liked. And that play should have scored touchdowns. There were 2 open touchdowns on that play and the open first down. And it just ended up being the quarterback couldn't execute the throw. So the last play, the last sequence of the game is not something that I'm looking at like, oh, yeah, Dan Campbell sucks. Why did he do that? Why didn't he call his timeouts? Blah, blah, blah. I think they played to win, and it came down to a player not executing. And that is not something I'm going to put on Dan Campbell. But before halftime, that is something that doesn't make sense to me. And we have seen this before. We have seen, like you mentioned, the Minnesota game earlier, same situation. Bad final decision-making, bad clock management at the end of the game cost you that loss. And these are things that you'd like to see Dan Campbell getting better at, and I think he has in these past 4 or 5 games. I think he's gotten better in situational play calling. I think he's gotten better in what to do where on the field and how to kind of work out that last couple minutes of the game to put yourself in the best position to win. I'm not going to say that last clock management of that game cost the Detroit Lions a win because they were going for it. They were going for the win. They had the win in their grasp, and it just fell short.
Yeah, I'm the same way with you. Like, before the half, I noticed it, like, live. It wasn't like – because one of the things I hate about some situations is it's always, like, retrospect. You know what I'm saying? It's
hindsight. Get that hindsight.
Yeah, the hindsight, people. Like, I hate that stuff because, like, when you watch it live, if you didn't notice and didn't have the issue then, like, it probably wasn't that big of an issue. You could see, like, both sides of the coin there. But, like, the hindsight people, it's like, come on, bro. Shove it up your ass.
Yeah. I'm going back and dissecting this game play by play.
Yeah.
And if he wouldn't have ran the ball out of bounds here, there would have been 1/10 of a second left on the clock. They could have used that 1/10 of a second to throw the ball at a 70-degree angle. It's like, get over it, man. It's a football game. And it's like, that's going to happen. I understand people being upset. Oh, they didn't go for the tie. Why are they playing for the tie? They played for the win.
They did.
They went for the win. And that is something I like to see. You are the worst team. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be in that situation to where you could win the game on this play. And they went for it, they had it, it didn't work out.
And to be honest, too, like, initially my take from the Lions game was that, like, yeah, they lost to a better team onto the Jags. It was never like, I didn't blame the whole situation on Jared Goff. It just, Jared Goff, wackos out there, came out of nowhere with the defense, the whack-ass defense, and some people were, like, blaming Campbell. And I was like, hold on here.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell's going on?
Wait a minute.
But, like,
who are you?
He did try making the play. Noah, you're right about the Detroit Lions on WoodwardSports.com, actually. Did you have any issue with the time management at the end of the game?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, they went for the win and they settled for the tie. Right?
Okay. Yes.
So that's what it boils down to for me.
And I saw some people say, hey, this 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, you could have ran for it, which, sure. You know, but, I mean, the kick, I guess it was a safer decision.
It's a safer decision. You're not going for it on 4th down. You're taking that field goal. 3rd and 1, you could have run. Yeah, you could have run for it, and you could have gotten that 1st down. Who knows what happens in overtime. But the play worked. Yeah, don't blame the play call. The play worked. There were 2 open touchdowns, and there was an open 1st down. It falls back to execution. And like you said multiple times last week, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations.
Yep.
Jared Goff did not make the play to win the game. Josh Allen did.
Yep.
Josh Allen took the ball, made a great throw to Stephon Diggs to put them in field goal range.
And it's just
win that game.
Such a like true statement too. I mean, you can go back to the Michigan game this past Saturday. You got J.J. McCarthy, your 5-star recruit, and you got Donovan Edwards, who was supposed to be, like, as you said all year, you thought was a better running back between him and Blake Corum.
Yes.
I almost said Forum because I was reading somebody's comment. I apologize.
Blake Corum.
But big-time players make big-time plays. They shut up. Now, we all thought C.J. Stroud was the man. We all discussed yesterday, too. We kind of, like, down on him and his stock a little bit because in a big-time moment, C.J. Stroud kind of seemed to shrink a little bit. Noah, you weren't here yesterday. I actually got a quick question for you on the C.J. Stroud stuff.
Okay.
Where were you actually between, like, Bryce Young and Stroud? Actually, I don't even know your golf take.
Well, I would like to go kind of like a Green Bay Packers route where you get a quarterback, let him sit under Goff for a couple of years, see how that goes. But, I mean, between Bryce Young and CJ, I'd have to just go out Bryce Young just based off of that Stroud is an Ohio State quarterback. It's just a little sketchy. It's always those guys never really turn out, or they are just okay, or they got some issue. It's tough to judge.
Yeah, because I mean, I put this in the prep because I saw a couple articles on the clock management like right after the game, and we didn't necessarily get to talk about it right away because we had Thanksgiving, we had all kinds of the Michigan-Ohio State game to talk about. But it sounds like we're all kind of like on the same page in terms of clock management. If anything, it's probably more so the decision. But even then, I'm on your point too, where it's like, yeah, they had a play that would have worked on that 3rd and 1.
They had a play that
didn't get executed.
It did work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and they just didn't get executed. And like, so you can't like, yeah, you could ask for the run. You can't guarantee the run was going to work, but that play that they drew up, guys were open.
Yes,
multiple for touchdown.
Wide open.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's all in the past now. On to Jacksonville. Hopefully the Lions don't make any more foolish mistakes.
Yeah.
But like you said, we saw it a lot last year where his clock management, Dan Campbell's that is, was bad. where it cost them in games. We saw it at the beginning of this year where it cost them in games. But I think it's getting better, and that's what happens. That is not something that you just step into a head coaching position and you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what to do, when to do it. That is things you learn, and he's learning on the job. This is his first time as a head coach. He's going to have to learn from his mistakes, and it seems that he is doing that. It seems that, to me at least, that he is getting better in those situations. So
Yeah.
that's all you can ask for.
And I saw a comment, somebody in the Woodward Sports chat, I apologize, I missed the name, but they're referencing to Jeff Saturday last night and his clock management issues. Now that one, I agree with some clock management issues. And you needed 7 at that point. Like the Lions, at least they could have set up for a field goal and went into overtime. The Colts needed 7 to win that game last night. First, they run the ball under a minute, which I didn't understand that. It was like a 2nd and 8. Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan looked like trash, so I understand why they're running the ball.
It all looked like trash, though. I mean,
Matt Ryan looked like trash the entire game. Like,
yeah.
Inability to throw the ball at all. So I understand why you want to give the ball to Jonathan Taylor.
I don't, not in that situation. Because you got to that situation just from throwing it deep to Pittman already. And, I don't know, and then he had the scramble, too. Like, he's another person. He could have used a timeout himself.
Yes.
Maybe it's another former player's not time. I mean, I don't have no excuse for it. I don't think Campbell has it as bad, though, to be honest with you.
And Jeff Saturday has no experience coaching at all. So
high school at Georgia, whatever, Athens or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Jeff Saturday has no experience coaching at all. So I definitely understand that. Yeah, that's his fault. He should have called the timeout, and someone with coaching experience would have called the timeout there.
What up, to know? I saw your ears perk. Were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh, I apologize.
My bad.
You're good. That's just my inner dialogue, discussing with me that they thought they saw your ears perk.
Yeah,
but
my inner dialogue, you know what it's telling me? It's telling me to go to Big Boy.
I'm sure it is.
Because all new loaded fries and burgers are at Big Boy. For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not the Slim Jim. It's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. And guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? They got chili cheese fries. They got nacho fries. They got the banger of all bangers, the baked potato fries. So make sure you go satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D, with spotless, sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club. They got all the best deals where they beat all competitors by $5. $5? $5, y'all. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way.
Chili Peppers, Dan.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man, Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
We got young Chris in the TD booth, Noah W on the 1 to 2. Shout out to him for filling in for JB. Speaking of ears perking, there's a transition I was to make before you start talking about Big Boy. But Detroit Lions, 6 of their guys are ranking within the top 10 of Pro Bowl votes right now. Now, it's either one or two things, in my opinion. Either they're actually balling and it's getting recognized, or Lions fans just roll hard.
Lions fans roll hard.
Maybe a combination of both.
Combination of both, because it is.
Yeah, it's going 15-2.
It is. Yeah, Chad going 15-2, but it is.
Facts.
Lions fans rolling hard. You look at it.
Did you look at the list by chance?
Yeah, Ragnar's fourth for centers.
Well, I was gonna see. No, did you look at it? I want to see if I can guess them.
Okay.
I briefly looked at it. I saw that Deshaun Elliott was in there.
Damn, that was the one I wanted to be.
Deshaun Elliott is 7th for safeties.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson 6th for defensive ends. Kirby 8th in free safeties. Penei Sewell 9th in defensive tackles, and Amon-Ra 10th in wide receivers. This is something that you like to see. Obviously, the Pro Bowl doesn't really matter, but it's good to have these guys who are balling get gratified, get some recognition. I do think it's a lot of the fans voting, that's for sure. But it's awesome to see. You love to see it. And that made me think of a question, because last year in that top 100 poll that the players do, all voted on the players, all judged by the players. They ranked the top 100 players in the NFL. Yeah. There was no Detroit Lions. Do you see any Detroit Lions making their way into the top 100 this year? And if so, who?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, for sure. And then Frank Ragnow. I think he's got to be in there too. And then Penei Sewell. I could see all those guys making it in there. But who's like most likely? Probably, honestly, probably Ragnow. And then St. Brown. I want to say St. Brown because he has the more flashy numbers. Like you're more prone to see him on SportsCenter, and that goes like for the rest of the league too. Like when they turn on the TV, they're watching Amon-Ra St. Brown highlights. But like the guys that have gone up against Frank, got to know he's a problem.
Yes.
Because I remember before the game, because he was already banged up, Frank Ragnow, which by the way, he's been banged up the entire season, and he's still playing phenomenally. Like, excellent football. But I remember being scared of Jordan Davis. I remember that being a big concern of mine. And then I'm watching the tape.
Frank
is just, dude,
handling him.
Like he's a normal-sized human.
Yes.
That blows my mind. And then after the fact, though, Jordan Davis went on a tear before getting injured, which he's coming back this week, I just heard. But, like, so he's a legit guy, I'm talking about in terms of, like, Jordan Davis. And Frank Ragnow.
Frank Ragnow for sure. Yeah, he should be in there. Penei Sewell could even be in there.
I think he'll be in there.
That's a guy who handled Micah Parsons, put him in a phone booth. That's a guy who handled Kayvon Thibodeau, put him in a phone booth. That's a guy who is going to handle Trayvon Walker this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Put him in a phone booth.
I have no doubt in my mind.
It's going to be
that,
bad. But, Penei Sewell is top of the tops at his position in the NFL. The guy is a freak. Amon-Ra, I think Amon-Ra is a top 10 receiver in the NFL. So I believe he deserves it. I think his peers see that too.
Yeah.
I think his peers notice him cutting up dudes. So that's 3 right there that I think have a real good chance of being in there. And then you could throw Jeff Okudah in there.
Top 100?
You could throw, could he be in there? Could he do that? The way he's playing. I'm not saying he's going to make it, but I'm saying Lions players that could be in the conversation. Jeff Okudah's in there because he is a player that has been emerging this year. He is a player who's been playing very well, making a lot of great plays. So I don't think he'll be in there, but it is a player you could have a conversation about. And then what about Jamal Williams?
For the Pro Bowl?
For the Pro Bowl or the top 100. Is a guy that if you lead the league in touchdowns,
I feel like a lot of his touchdowns, though, were being like real
vultures. Yeah. But still, man, 13 of them?
Ultimate, he's a vulture.
As easy, if it's that easy, why do not easy, shout out. It's easy, baby. If it's that easy to get those touchdowns, why don't other players have those stats?
Easy.
If he breaks,
where'd that come
easy. I said if it's that easy.
Yeah.
Easy. If he breaks Barry Sanders' single-season touchdown record for Detroit Lions,
that's impressive.
That's impressive. That deserves some recognition. If he goes for 1,000 yards and 17 touchdowns,
I'm all about context. Context.
I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying
you got an argument.
Jamal Williams, top 100, playing the flag, but out of Lions players to have the conversation, he should be considered.
You know what actually makes me believe that a lot of this whole situation with the Detroit Lions, 6 of them in the top 10 of the Pro Bowl, if you guys are just tuning in, hit the like button at WoodwardSports.com. But what makes me feel like a lot of it's fanfare is Deshaun Elliott being in here. Because I've been a big fan of Deshaun Elliott, what he's provided to this team. I think he's got the hit stick for sure. He's not that big of a guy, but he has 2 passes defended, 1 interception, and he's been around all year, despite going out a couple times in and out. But there's no way national guys or people I couldn't name you half the safeties on other teams. They weren't studs. How the hell are people knowing or witnessing Deshaun Elliott?
It's fan voting, bro.
It's definitely fan voting.
The Lions
fans roll heavy. I guess
the Lions posted the link in their Instagram story.
Yeah.
Like, I went to vote for it. I filled it out, and then it was like, you have to log in. I was like,
yeah, I'm the same way. Don't let me log into your shit. So you can send me these shitty emails.
Yeah.
I sign up for stuff I don't care about that you remind me about every single week. Yeah, no, I'm good on that. Sorry. You're not getting my pro vote. The players should vote, though.
So you think...
They get the vote?
Yeah. The players?
Yeah.
I don't know if the players can vote. I'm sure they can.
They should.
I mean, you can just make a burner account.
Yeah. That was the most surprising one for me. That was Deshaun Elliott.
Do you think...
Aiden's
top
a little bit
100,
too.
screw the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
Don't care about the Pro Bowl.
All right.
Top 100 is what I care about.
Okay.
Because that is your peers.
Your
That is
peers.
the players in the NFL saying you are one of the best 100 players in the National Football League.
Okay.
And the Detroit Lions didn't have any. You think that is legitimate that those three guys in Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow, and Amon-Ra St. Brown should be on that list? Because I do.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, the two that I would set in stone for sure, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown and Frank Ragnow.
Yeah.
Because the other thing, too, about Amon-Ra St. Brown, which I think gets him respect around the league, it's kind of the same with Cooper Kupp. You're kind of like forced to respect these guys and how good they are and how cerebral they are at the games because, like, we're being real about it. Both Cooper Kupp and Amon-Ra St. Brown, they're not the most athletic specimens on the field. You know what I'm saying? But for them to consistently whoop your ass like that.
Always open.
Always double-digit receptions. I think Amon-Ra right now, after missing 2 games.
Amon-Ra's like 7-11.
Technically missed 1 game, but the other one was like he got pulled out with a concussion. But still, top 10 in receptions. I think it's like, 15th or something like that in yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown 100% is a top 100 player in my opinion. And not only does he... Because the other thing is voted by your peers, right? And not only does he have the statistics to go for it, along with the catching the football, he's one of the best blocking receivers outside of Calvin Johnson that I've ever seen in a Detroit Lions uniform my entire life. Like, hands down.
For sure.
And not that I've always, grown up looking at receivers blocking, but you notice it with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Even when I'm not trying to notice it, I like catch it like, damn, like, I don't see any receivers ever blocking like that. And that's one trait I hope that J-Mo picks up from him because, like, he's going to need that to get on the field quite
blocks.
clearly.
Yeah, definitely.
DJ Chark kind of good at it, too. But, yeah, St. Brown.
Cliff Raymond's a good blocker, too.
Even over – so I'm gonna have you rank these 3 that we're talking about, too, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go probably Frank 1, but Frank for sure 2, and then Penei 3.
I'd go Penei 1.
Penei 1?
Penei 1. I'd go Penei Sewell 1. You got to think. You got to look at what this guy's been doing his first 2 years. These edge rushers that he's gone up against.
Frank's been a dog all year.
His first game in his career, the guy handled Nick Bosa at the wrong position. Well, technically it's the right position, but not the position he's playing now. Handled Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
This year alone, like I said, Micah Parsons, Kayvon Thibodeau, that Eagles defensive line that just keeps throwing guys at you. They're keeping Jared Goff upright. And a lot of that is because of Penei Sewell. I don't want to say center is an easier position because it's not. But when you're right tackle, you're out there on an island most of the time. Yeah, you might have a chip block from the tight end, but you're going up against the best pass rushers outside of Aaron Donald as a tackle. And you're normally out there one-on-ones. And Penei Sewell is handling guys. I go Penei, Amon-Ra, Frank.
I think you got it. How many times this year have we stopped ourselves and said, like, these defensive tackles look pretty scary?
Yeah.
And as well as, like, Frank Ragnow, back in the injury report, it's Frank 1, hands down. He's been doing it for the longest, too. Like, and one thing I ask you, too.
It's not about longevity. It's not a career award.
Well, I'm just letting you know it's the real
year.
deal. Because you brought up Nick Bosa from last year.
Yeah.
So why can't I bring up Frank's?
Yeah, but you say he's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, it's his entire career. That's why he's one of the highest paid centers in the league. But on top of that, too, and this is one thing I hate about ranking, like, guys on the Detroit pro teams, is, like, in order to, like, make a point, you almost have to, like, kind of poo-poo on another guy. I'm not like, necessarily trying to do that because, as we said, all 3 of these guys, in our opinion, belong in the top 100 when it comes down to at the end of the year. But Frank Ragnow, or I'm sorry, Penei Sewell, when you think about, like, a lot of the penalties that this team's had on the offense side of the ball, if we're keeping it a buck, it's been Penei. He had the false start in the Thanksgiving game. He had the 2 false starts in that Miami game.
Yeah.
And, like, that stuff, I mean, if I'm ranking them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I
don't care.
Frank's
about
my 1. Amon-Ra's probably my 2. But, no, you cover lines, too. How are you ranking these fellas?
I'd probably go Frank 1, Amon-Ra 2, Penei 3. And the only reason with Penei is the penalty thing. And, I mean, he's still young. He's, second
If you're
year?
not letting the quarterback get sacked, you can have as many false starts as you want.
Go ahead, Noah. Finish your point.
I agree with that, though. But it still does hurt the team. And, I mean, he has to deal with a lot more athletic players coming off the edge than dealing with those guys in the middle. But, I mean, he'll figure it out. Maybe next year he'll take those penalty counts down.
Yeah. And I got to be like, Penny is going to be a stud. He already is a stud.
He is a stud.
As you're speaking like right now.
Ain't no gonna be. He is
but I
a
think
stud.
he's for certainly better as a run blocker than he is a pass blocker right now too. And he even tell you himself. I think I heard in a couple pass interviews that he's still like growing as a pass blocker in this league.
If he's still growing as a pass blocker and what he did to the premier edge rusher in the league in Micah Parsons, sounds good to me.
Don't forget Micah Parsons got strip sack on Jared Goff towards the end of that game too.
Yeah.
But we have our 3 names that we put in there in the top 100. Is there any we're missing? That's for sure, like in a conversation of top 100.
I mean, maybe Jeff Okuda, but the thing is, I mean, with him going down, with that 1 week, does he have enough with you even just missing that a little bit of time?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see Hutch possibly if he like continues to. People look at the numbers and they're like, yeah, he was kind of tough to play
34th in sacks, number 1 in interceptions at the defensive end position.
With the Kuda, it sucks because
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was wild. But with the Kuda, it sucks because that matchup against the Bills would have been like an excellent showcase to be like, I belong in the top 100. So that's what's disappointing about it.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted Jerry Jacobs, even if Okuda played, I wanted Jerry Jacobs on Diggs, just because he's more compact. I feel like he's faster than Okuda, even though actually Kuda's damn fast. I can't lie. Kuda's actually probably the fastest DB we have. I think Jerry's underrated. That's why when I saw the news today, he's coming back, and Okuda's coming back. Like, this could be the fan in me, but like this defense is looking better and better every single week.
They're beating the Jaguars. I'm playing the flag.
Dangerous, man.
I'm playing the flag. I don't care. At home,
I'm with
defense is coming back together.
Yeah.
Especially if Jameson plays.
Jonah's back.
ETN
just got banged up last
Hefe's
week.
back. Yeah, ETN's not going to be 100%. They're beating the Jaguars.
Trevor's coming off the game of his life, though. They're coming off of, like, their New York Giants game, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? The game that they're, like, collecting themselves together. Well, no, I'm just letting you know it's going to be a battle. I'm
hanging
not, like,
with the Bills like that is more impressive to me than what they did to the Giants.
No, but I'm talking about the Jaguars themselves.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they had their, like, damn, we just beat the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I think, was that one on the road?
I just think the Lions.
That one was home for sure. Actually.
I would say the Lions mentally are in a better place because of the winning streak they went on, of the way they dominated the Giants, and they're like, damn, we just hung with the Bills to a walk-off field goal. Who are the Jags? Obviously not like that. They're not going to look over this team, but they should go out there and they should be able to dominate.
Yeah, another person I would say, end of the year, top 100, there's actually 2 names. And one of them is for sure crazy, which is Aiden. Just because players go against him, and obviously getting double team, all that good stuff like that. But if Kirby keeps doing what Kirby's been doing, I mean, there's just no reason he shouldn't be.
He could be. We'll see. That's a lot. That's just, I don't know if you get.
But he's been doing a lot.
6 players. Yeah, but still.
That's fair.
If you want to get big, you got to eat your meats like the Liver King. Just don't do the steroids. But if you want some meats, all you got to do is go to the butchery because the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is the butchery. Call 248-682-2697. That's 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The butchery. Meats, eats, and treats.
Chef Dave just had a baby too. Congratulations, Chef Dave.
Yeah, I was gonna do that, but all right. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective. And yes, thanks, Easy, for interrupting me. Congratulations to Chef Dave on the birth of his new baby. Hope all is well. Hope all is healthy. Congratulations, Chef Dave. In honor of that, go buy some of Chef Dave's meat. Go to thebutcherysl.com.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It's very rewarding, but it comes with great responsibility, like Spider-Man powers. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or volunteer as a coach, directors and officers insurance is a must, like the arm of Spencer's Pit. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are all protected. Call Swiss Insurance today.
The arm of my pit, wouldn't it be the pit of my arm?
I don't know. I just copied the way Tyler said it.
Yeah. Still, though, it doesn't really make sense.
Tyler makes the rules. I don't.
Why are you sniffing his pits?
Yeah. Why you worry about your pits?
Why, you're sniffing my pits?
No, you're
I'm not
sniffing his
your
pits.
You're the one who said it.
I don't have to sniff your pits to smell them.
Yeah,
they're
you
strong.
do. I smell good.
You smell like the Liver King.
Smell good.
I don't know what that means, but you smell like the Liver King.
Smell like beef.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. Live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex. We got young Chris in the TV booth. Noah joined us in the ones and twos.
Noah Tabernacle.
Yeah. Noah Tabernacle.
Tabernacle is a great song by Royce the 5'9".
Yes, it is. Shout out to Royce. That's a crazy story, too.
I got beef to settle on the Woodward Sports chat. My guy, Duke Nukem. Shout out. Appreciate you for joining us with the show. But he's mad about the Penei Sewell stuff. He's trying to make it sound like he said, Easy, you're delusional. I'm not delusional. I'm factual. Penei Sewell had the holding call on that screenplay. He had the false start and then the Bills game. And then I think there's another penalty, too, if I'm not mistaken, in the Miami game. It's not a delusion. Again, I'm telling you, he's a top 100 player. But if I'm ranking the guys on the team, this is exactly what I said before I even started the rankings. I hate ranking guys on the Detroit teams.
Easy
on one
Easy
to make
hates
a point.
Penei Sewell.
I
Confirmed.
hate you. I hate you. Stanky ass motherfucker. It's factual. You're delusional if you don't think that's a situation. If I'm ranking the 3 of them, which I think all 3 of them are top 100 players in the National Football League, Penei's just number 3.
He is tied for the most penalties on the team.
What? You're delusional.
With Amani.
But you're delusional.
Jonah Jackson has 7. Hawkinson 6. Decker 6.
We also appreciate you.
Where is... Oh, man, I'm trying to...
How many does he have?
He has 8.
Penei has 8?
Penei has 8.
There you go, Duke. There's your delusion right there. 8 penalties tied for the most on the team. Oh, by the way, Amani
One of them was
like
offsetting. Yeah, he has 6. Okay, 8 of them were accepted. 6 holdings, 5 false starts.
Penalty Sewell. I'm not trying to poo-poo on him. Damn, he has the 3rd most in the NFL per Ryan Lynch in the Woodward Sports chat. Come on, Duke. I'm a Lions fan. I'm not going to just go poo-poo on a guy for nothing. I'm not poo-pooing on him in general. I'm just, if I had to rank the 3 of them. By the way, Duke, how about you rank them for me? Who's 1, who's 2, who's 3? Dave Schultz is not 3 penalties. Get your stuff right, guys. Get your stuff right. But speaking of the Detroit Lions and these guys, one thing I noticed about them, Spinny.
Yes.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes.
Among that 6, that was a Brad Holmes pick.
Brad Holmes pick.
Deshaun Elliott.
Brad Holmes signee.
Kirby Joseph.
Brad Holmes pick.
Penei Sewell.
Brad Holmes pick.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Brad Holmes pick. Dude, Brad Holmes walking around with the hammer on him. The guy is an expert when it comes to identifying talent in the NFL draft. Period. End of story. It is. And speaking of which, guess who was the highest graded rookie in the NFL per PFF from Week 12? Guess.
Malcolm Rodriguez.
Malcolm Rodriguez, our boy, friend of the show, friend of the network, highest graded rookie in the NFL, 4th highest graded defensive player in the NFL in Week 12. And it is just Brad Holmes being Brad Holmes. And everybody's like, oh, he doesn't sign anybody. When's he going to sign somebody impactful? Give him some money. Let him work with some money. he is going to sign somebody this year. They'll have some money to work with. They're going to cut Brockers. They might cut Okwara. They might cut Big V. I can see him making a couple signings this year that are impactful. Outside of that, what money do you want him to work with? He needs to go out there and get an impact player on defense. Okay, you think an impact player on defense is just going to come to Detroit for $5 million a year? Like, what fantasy world are you living in? That's not how this works. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't signed anybody that's worth anything. Okay, you need money to sign people in the NFL. Newsflash. Newsflash, asshole. I heard it the whole time. No, but you need money to go out there and get an impact player. You need cap space to go out there and get an impact player. What he's been doing is threading the needle with the cap that he is allowed. And what has he done? He got Deshaun Elliott, which was probably the most impactful signing he has. I would say the most impactful free agent signing that he's gotten is Deshaun Elliott. And he did that with the limited amount of cap space that he has. So when the man has some actual money to make, he is going to go out there and sign someone impactful. Don't worry. You know what he's not going to do? He's not going to sign Trey Flowers to a ridiculous contract that we're still paying for. He's not going to sign Chandler Jones to a ridiculous contract that the Lions are still paying for. When he is doing these free agents, oh, he signed Tyrell Williams. Oh, he signed Brashad Perriman. Oh, he said, yeah, to like 1-year deals that are off the books. DJ Chark, 1-year deal off the books. If it doesn't work out, it's gone. The Lions were not in a cap situation to use that money to go out and get somebody for a long-term deal. They needed to fill multiple holes, so they needed to sign random dudes to 1-year deals so they had bodies. Now that they have bodies, thanks to Brad Holmes' expert drafting, they can go out there and they can sign a player that is actually worth giving money to.
You're on the money.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, you need multiple dudes to fill holes.
You need multiple dudes to fill the multiple holes. That's a fact.
It's just math.
It's just math. It's just math.
Yeah.
Quick math.
And what he was left with, the roster he was left with, was so depleted.
Yes.
And so already hamstrung by terrible contracts given out that he didn't have the money to go out there, throw it at a nice free agent. Oh, I can throw $15 million a year at this guy, and he can come fill. No, you have 4 spots you need to fill with that $15 million a year. So that's what he did. And now that he has drafted, 8 starters in the past 2 drafts, those holes are starting to get filled.
That's it.
And so you can go out and pay money for a marquee player in one spot of need, rather than having to sign 6 randoms because you just need bodies. So Brad Holmes is doing his thing.
This is the most comfortable I've ever been with any Detroit Lions GM.
By far.
Without a doubt. I mean, for 15 picks, and I think majority of them have all either started for the Detroit Lions or made an impact in a game. And I'm talking about to the point of like 6-round picks and Malcolm Rodriguez and James Houston even. I mean, you can go to, who's the running back that he had last year? Help me out. Jamar Jefferson.
Yes.
But even he's had his moments too, and I know he didn't make the team this year, but he was a 7th-round pick. You know what I'm saying? And he still had his moments as a 7th-round pick on this team last year because he got to see this field because, like as you said, we were so deprived of talent beforehand. And then you had the 7th-round pick this year, Chase Lucas. You want to throw that 7th-round picks? What you want to make the argument on?
Why isn't he hitting on his 7th-round picks? Why aren't his 7th-round picks starters? Like, shut up. Shut up. You're stupid. That's not how it works in the NFL. If you hit on a 6th-round pick that is one of the consistently highest-graded linebackers in the NFL his rookie season, you're damn smart. If you hit on a 4th-round pick that's looking like a top 10 receiver in the NFL, you're damn smart. So shut up about the 7th. Oh, why doesn't his 7th-round picks work out? Those 7th-round picks are fodder for the practice squad. That's what they are.
100%. Lions Doherty, 92 vet in the Woodward Sports Chat says, "What are the GMs that's drafted 8 stars in 2 years?" It's really
facts.
Be hard pressed.
It'd be hard pressed to find it.
Now some of it is like we are a little bit depleted talent wise, and we did have the injury go down with Tracy Walker, but Kirby's still.
But they're showing up.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it's more than just starting too. They're making impact on the game.
Yes.
And yeah, we haven't had a lot of games, but they're learning the game themselves. This is only his 2nd year drafting, so he's only had 1 draft class like fully go through the entire season, and the second one's coming out. busting out the grease. It's a whole lot of degrees about to come about the fleece.
No, please, no chance. I thought you were gonna say everything Lydia low and it's hot. Not Chance the Rapper.
I thought he was gonna do a hot shower.
That's what he was doing.
No, that's what I was doing. But no.
Oh my God, I erased that song from my memory.
The draft. That's not a bad song.
It's terrible.
It's the best song
you guys
on a
listen to
terrible
Future.
album.
Voided.
It's the best song on a terrible album.
It's not a terrible album either.
Yeah,
You're just not growing up for it. That's all.
Yeah, I love my wife. Yeah.
You don't have a wife. That's
Yeah,
all
no,
it is.
neither do
You
you.
go back
either.
to Brad Holmes.
Wait, you don't have a wife either.
I ain't wifing up these hoes.
Facts.
That's what Future is for.
That's what Future is for.
No, but I'm just gonna say he's hitting every single area in the draft too. He hit home runs with this, obviously the ones that you expect to hit home runs with your first round picks. The second round picks probably the only situation you have like discussion there. Obviously you have Levi and Enrique who's out.
Yes.
That's one pick though.
Levi and Iffy.
And then Josh, when he came back, Josh showed up. Josh Pascal, unfortunately, he got hit with another like knee injury there too. But the Malcolm Rodriguez's, the Amon-Ra St. Browns, the Derek Barnes look like he's coming on now too. Like this is hands down the most comfortable I've been with any Lions GM my entire life. Is he up for Executive of the Year?
He should be. He definitely should be. And if you want to feel comfortable just with your everyday life, all you got to do is go to Planet Fitness, get your workout in. Because Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. Has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for just $10 a month. Join InGlober online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full-line merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed-out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
At Alta.
Uptime.
Madness. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up? Alta has you covered. Give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment where?
Uptime.
Madness. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin Rex.
What up, though?
Got young Chris in the TD booth. I can't say JB Smooth. I'm so used to saying it. Noah Dub. I'm the 1 to 2 who's helping us out in the audio booth. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining us. Now, before we went to break, we were talking about Brad Holmes pretty much D-riding him. Pause. But, I mean, I'm not going to say deservingly so because I just said what I just said, but, like, he deserves praise.
He does deserve
praise.
He
deserves praise for what he did.
He does deserve praise.
Put it in perspective, and I got this from PrideOfDetroit.com, so shout out those guys. But Bob Quinn drafted 42 players in his tenure as a Detroit Lions GM. Mm-hmm. Only 11 of them are still on the team, and only 4 of them made it to the second-year contracts. Not the second-year contract. I'm sorry, their second contracts,
yes,
just in general. So, I mean, way to paint that picture. But I do want to ask you this. Being that is the case, it's, again, 15 guys. I think he's had total throughout the drafts, and almost all of them has contributed to this team. If he does it again, another one, should we then accelerate that DMAC clock? Should we then start holding them
DMAC
close to the
clock ends
fire?
this year.
when it comes to like wanting wins.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have 3 installments of that elite draft class that we're giving them credit for.
Yeah, the DMAC clock ends at the end of this year.
Yeah.
And that makes sense to me. You have, the pieces you brought in. You bring in another draft class and hopefully grab the quarterback of the future. That is something that should accelerate that clock. That is something that the rebuild's almost over. A rebuild in the NFL should not take 5 years. I think the rebuild is on progress to be very close to being over. They need about, 3 more pieces on defense, a quarterback and a running back, and maybe another receiver. And you can get likely 4 of those in the draft with the amount of picks that they have. So the Detroit Lions rebuild should be getting close to ending. The Detroit Lions, obviously, they've already shown that they can compete in this league, but next year you should realistically be shooting for 10 wins.
10?
10.
10, Noah?
I don't know about 10. That's kind of a lot.
Feels like a lot.
That should be your jump. Going from...
Oh, you said like...
Next year.
Next year.
Goal.
Yeah, that's what you should be.
For sure.
That's what you should be expecting is a jump like that.
I'm talking about a standard, though. Like something to hold them like accountable to.
Yeah, at least 9 wins. Next year. 9 wins, that should be the goal. If you say, well, they'll get at least, 2 more wins this year, you can think? The Detroit Lions should win at least 2 more games this year?
You know what? F it. Yeah, 10.
So, if they're at 7 wins this year, a jump to 10 wins is not crazy to think about.
Is it fair to hold them to it?
Yes.
I'm with you, actually. Because, again, if you're some of it, and I'm backtracking a little bit on the praise we gave him, but also not at the same time. I still believe in every bit of praise that we gave him, but I just want to throw in like the salt or like a pinch of salt of possibility that like maybe we were just so down bad that some of these guys are forced to start. And yeah, they are like technically starting, but we also are losing games. So like what is their true value in terms of like an NFL player, if that makes sense a little bit?
I think the players that we mentioned and the ones that we talk about, the ones that we see on a weekly basis that are performing, and they're not just bodies out there, they're not traffic cones out there, they're not space fillers, because we've seen that if you're not doing your job, if you're not performing, you will not be on the field. They have removed players and replaced them with other people. That is what happens.
That's facts.
So the players that are going out there and producing results, yes, they are guys. They are dudes. You got a dude and he's going to be a dude. But you look at, they still, like I said, they still need another edge rusher, another defensive tackle. They need another linebacker and probably another member of that secondary. So give me a cornerback, 2 defensive linemen, a linebacker. So that's 4 players on defense, quarterback of the future, running back, wide receiver. And then you would have a complete team in my mind. You would have a complete team that should compete for realistic goals in my mind. So you can knock 4 of those off in this draft because you have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So you knock 4 of those off, you need, 4 more players.
What was the position you said, linebacker?
I said linebacker, cornerback, 2 defensive linemen, like a tackle and an edge.
Yeah.
Quarterback of the future, running back, wide receiver.
Yeah.
So that's 7 pieces. You knock 4 of them off. That's 3 left. 3 players away from a competing team. You can sign one this offseason. Sign one.
Yeah.
So that's 2 players left. 2 players away from a competing team, which should both be offensively.
Yeah.
That'd be what your last things you would want are probably quarterback, running back. That should be a 10-win football team. If you're 2 players away from a complete team that can compete on every level, that should be a 10-win football team, especially one coming off of what we expect to be at least 7 wins this season.
Yeah. And I only throw out that, again, that pinch of, like, probability just so, like, when I could be Captain Hindsight and say, I did say, if 2 years down the road, look at another Bob Quinn situation, because we did like his drafts to begin with when he first started too, but it's just not the same. As I said, like Brad Holmes is hitting in every single part of the draft, not just the picks where you expect them to be home runs. I'm talking about your first and second rounders, although second rounders is up for debate with him, but the late rounders, the Amon-Ra St. Browns, the Derek Barnes, the Malcolm Rodriguez,
and not certain
and now
positions
James
either,
Houston
all over
possibly
the board.
too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What were you saying, Chris?
I was saying not in just like one particular field like defense or offense. Like he's hitting in every field that he's picking. He's hitting on receivers. He's hitting on linebackers. He's hitting on linemen, everything.
Yeah, and a lot of that situation, too, like people were bitching about the defense. Like, as what I say, the entire year, these guys are young. Patience was never, like, an option. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, well, I'm going to decide to be patient with them. You have to be patient with them. These guys, this team, is the youngest team in the NFL now. I know when the year began, they were second. Now they're officially the youngest. They have the youngest defense. And I think, 4 of those guys on the defensive side are rookies?
Yes.
Like, you had to be patient. These guys are learning the game. I express this every single time, and I don't know if anybody's new in the chat that haven't been here before, but Kirby Joseph's only in his second year ever playing a safety position.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, I think he's top 10 among the position group in turnovers. Like, that's amazing. That's great. So, yeah, if he has another draft class like he's had the prior 2 years.
With 4 picks in the first 65. That should be 4 starters.
The only, and I'm not going to give him the out in either way, because we've seen Jared Goff at least make it to the playoffs, and I know he's made it to the Super Bowl, but I'll remind everybody that was while he was on a rookie contract, and they stacked that team up. That was a super team that Jared Goff went to the Super Bowl with.
Yes.
I just want to remind you guys of that. But you can still, at the very least, make it to the playoffs with Jared Goff. I'm not going to expect you to win a Super Bowl. Although obviously I'm going to cheer on and root for it and want it and pretend in my head that it could happen. But, I'm not going to expect that of you. But the playoffs, at the very least, if you're having draft classes like these, and we're giving you the credit that we think they deserve, at least by our standard. Again, we are fans. We did think they were going to win a couple of these games they started off with. Not you so much, so I'll give you credit for on that one. But,
appreciate
it. 10 wins.
Eagles are a lock.
Eagles were very damn close to being a lock. Stop trying to say it like you're clowning somebody. It's a very close game.
I said the Eagles were a Super Bowl contender before that game, and you clowned me.
I did clown you.
Look at them now.
That's fair. You also said the Raiders, Chargers.
Yeah,
he always does
this. Ball out.
Yeah.
Every time Spencer has a good point, I've noticed this without the show. Every time Spencer has a point that disagree with Easy that was right, he will say, "You did that," and then he'll pull this other take from the past that's wrong.
No, that's not what happened. He tried clowning me for the Philly thing, so I had to fire back.
Philly.
I ain't just pull it out my ass. I'm not a bully, Chris.
I will say the one thing about this,
you were trying to peer pressure Sam into drinking yesterday.
Absolutely.
Let's try to have a good time. Bullies are mean.
That is a bully move. You said no like 14 and wanted to do the one before you did it.
It's for the show.
What were you saying, Chris?
I was just going to say when
Shut
it
up,
comes
Chris.
to
No one cares. What's up, Noah?
When it comes to the 10 wins, like, I'm almost there with you, Spence, but the one thing is the big variable of the quarterback, man. Like, it is a very, very big variable. I mean, that Bills game, as good as it was that the Lions hung in it, the end of the day, that quarterback play, that 3rd and 1, kind of, in a sense, lost us the game. The pick 6 that Easy wants to bring up all the way from the Seattle game, like, it's possible because he has gotten to the Super Bowl.
You can win 10 games, jerk off.
Yeah, I don't know though. It's hard with a quarterback. I'm not sold on. Like, that's like a big position.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the most important position on the field.
That's a big deciding factor for me too in terms of like evaluating Brad Holmes. Like, where's he stand with Jared Goff? But he's also said that Jared Goff is not the future. Exactly, and that's exactly what I was going to say. He's come out like publicly and said that if there was a guy there that I believed in, I would have taken him.
And I believe in Brad Holmes' talent acquisition and talent recognition. I believe that he is going to make the decision.
And again, if it doesn't happen this year, it's probably because like we weren't in the slot for it, or like you said, if you believe in him as a talent evaluator, then like maybe he didn't have enough faith in the guy that was there. I mean, we do have other guys coming out. I think Drake May is a guy. Obviously, Caleb Williams. Now, Caleb Williams is going to be absolute sweepstakes. That whoever lands that number 1 pick is more than likely keeping it. If outside of maybe a franchise quarterback getting hurt for a year.
Nobody's trading out of the top 2.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. There is one team, I wouldn't say maybe top 2, but they'd actually probably take a quarterback too, but the Raiders. They did lock up Carr for a while, and they're obviously having a shit season. If they land one of those, like, top
Braylon
5
thinks
picks.
the Lions are going to get Derek Carr.
You put that on wax, not me.
Yeah.
I don't think that'd be the case. I got to look at his guaranteed money. He may be, the Raiders might be stuck with him the same way the Packers are stuck with Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Now people talking about, Aaron Rodgers might move. No. That guaranteed bread, the same, it keeps you there in place.
The Broncos can cut Russell Wilson and avoid a $29 million cap hit next season.
They can?
Yes.
They should. And that's one of my favorite players all the time.
Russell Wilson is?
Yeah.
That's why you don't think I can beat him up.
Well, he would for sure beat you up.
Not a chance.
Are you kidding me? He's an elite caliber athlete. Tell us about Big Frog.
You think you can beat up Bruce Lee, but you don't think I can beat up.
Yeah, because Bruce Lee's not a professional athlete. He's an actor. The actors fake things. It's called acting.
Russell Wilson's an actor too.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he does. You seen his Subway commercials?
Oh my God!
He acts like an adult.
Let me tell you all about Big Frog, because you can get a free Woodward Sports T-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports T-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Just stop in, tell them we sent you, and they will print you out one on the spot. You know, it'll be a great gift, a great Christmas gift for one of your loved ones is a Woodward Sports T-shirt, and you can get one for free at Big Frog in Novi. So go check them out, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuffa Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Downtown Detroit is all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in Monroe Street Midway. The Midway is a giant slide, winter bumper cars, and an indoor arcade. Plus, you can grab drinks at the Lodge before and after games. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with DeckedOutDetroit.com.
Uptime.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
We got young Chris in the TD booth, Noah Dubs on the 1s and 2s, filling in for JB Smooth. Appreciate you, Noah, for helping us out today. But before we went to break, we were discussing you getting beat up by Russell Wilson, me beating up Bruce Lee. He's dead, by the way.
Oh, no. I didn't know that.
Piwata.
Yeah. Idiot. But I just want to make this one point, and we'll move on from it, because this has been a thing ever since I started here at Woodward Sports. There's a whole reason we had a wrestling match with Mikey, and then Stick was like, well, you'd never do that to me. Did the Stick too. Under 2 minutes. Check my record. Never lost. But Bruce Lee, actor, 145-pound man. Jiu-jitsu wasn't like a relevant, you know what I'm saying, then. It just is not. This is never.
So you could beat Bruce Lee in a grappling match.
I beat Bruce Lee in a fight too.
Yeah.
He's not.
Maybe now.
Too big and know what the hell I'm doing. He didn't know what he was doing. He was too small. He'd have to knock me out. He'd have to knock me out. Which maybe that's always possible. That's why we watch fights. So you and I are the 2 biggest combat guys in the network. So I got it sounds mad disrespectful. So I'm moving on immediately.
Yeah, it does.
I saw a couple comments in Woodward Sports chat before we headed to break about signing Saquon Barkley in the offseason. Mm-hmm. That's actually a topic that we have on today's show sheet. If you guys didn't see the thumbnail, fire, by the way.
Shout out Ryan Lentz.
Yeah, shout out Ryan Lentz. Happy belated again. But Jamal Williams or DeAndre Swift, yes, who should the Detroit Lions sign long term?
Yeah, it's that is something they're going to have to address is the running back position. You look at it, and it comes down to between those two. Obviously, Craig Reynolds on the IR is a good guy to spot gap to fill it in. But there are a lot of different avenues that the Lions could take when looking at the running back position. Obviously, you'd like to keep the guys you have. You'd like to keep either Jamal Williams is going to be a free agent this year, so you'd have to give him some kind of money. DeAndre Swift, I believe, still has 1 year left on his deal. But we do have a list of all the free agent running backs that are going to be available this offseason. And can you throw that up for me, Chris?
Absolutely stacked.
You look at that. Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Miles Sanders, Tony Pollard, David Montgomery, Kareem Hunt, Jamal Williams, Damian Harris, Jeff Wilson Jr., Devin Singletary, Raheem Mostert, Rashad Penny. That is an impressive list out of a lot of guys who are performing very well this year. Like Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley having the best years of their career. David Montgomery performing very well. Tony Pollard stepping into a star role on that Dallas offense. So there is a lot of talent available, although signing a running back in free agency is not always a great decision because running backs, they lose the tread on their tires very often. They're taking a lot of hits, and they end up turning into Melvin Gordon. Before it's all said and done, they can lose it faster than any other position in the NFL. You can just go from stud to dud at the running back position faster than any other position. So what would you like to see them do? Do you want to see them re-sign Jamal Williams? Would you like to see them take a shot at a guy who can be that workhorse, that 3-down running back like a Josh Jacobs or Saquon Barkley? Or I know you said you want to draft a running back in round 2.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
110%. Draft me a running back in round 2.
Who are you looking at?
I haven't looked at the draft yet. I mean, I know Bijan's name is getting dropped a lot.
Yeah.
It's more looking like he's going to be a first-round
He's probably going to be the only first-round running back.
But I mean, if that's guy, but we've seen it in times too. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's got that dropped late. If he falls to the second round, 100% I'm taking him. I mean, the history of second-round picks that have worked out and become stars is it's staggering. It's like LaShawn McCoy we brought up Derrick Henry. Le'Veon Bell. There's just so many names that were second round picks specifically because of the valuation of running backs in this modern day NFL that they end up getting taken in the second round. But they're truly first round talents. And I think the Detroit Lions, especially if we're going to be riding out with Jared Goff at least one more year, which if I'm being completely honest with you guys, it's one of those things where I told you patience is an option. I think that might not be an option for us either. I think we may have to see Jared Goff in a Lions uniform. I don't know about all next year, depending on what we do in this year's draft, but for majority of the year. I mean, much like Noah said earlier in the show too, he wants Jared Goff to sit on the rookie quarterback and hatch him like a little egg. No, I'm just kidding, but more like that's how the passing of the torch works. It happened with Deshaun Watson, happened with Aaron Rodgers, happened with so many successful quarterbacks in this league. But if you're building your offense and that's going to be your guy heading into next year no matter what, and your standards are those 10 wins, yes, get you a running back on a rookie deal. I like the names on this list, don't get me wrong, but I'm not trying to pay those names on the list. I mean, we all know the shelf lives of these running backs in the league, and it's not pretty. Yeah. As great as some guys are. I mean, we've seen Adrian Peterson, flop around from team to team to team.
And a lot of those guys are going to want multi-year deals.
100%.
Like Josh Jacobs,
because of that same
Barkley.
exact fact. You know what I'm saying? The shelf lives of these guys are limited. So I'm not trying to pay them $1 million. I mean, Saquon Barkley, as great as he is this year, I mean, he's had quite the injury history. Jamal Williams, I don't know what he's going to command in the market, but I'd be cool giving him $6 million or something like that. Tony Pollard, maybe I'd flirt with that one too because he could do some stuff for you out of the passing game, which we love DeAndre Swift for, but he's not consistent with it because of his health issues too.
Pollard's very explosive.
Draft me the second round running back that's going to be an absolute stud, and don't tell me you don't want to waste a second round pick on a running back because we have 2 of them.
Yeah, you're looking at maybe 2 first round running backs, which would be Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs. And then in the second round, you're looking at guys like Tank Bigsby. You're looking at Israel Abanikanda out of Pitt. I can't pronounce that. The guy out of Pitt, he's playing very well. You've got Zach Charbonnet, former Michigan running back, now at UCLA. Blake Corum obviously will be around that 3rd to 4th round area. You look at Eric Gray out of Oklahoma, the guy out of Illinois. I can't remember his name either, but there are running backs that can provide something that you could get in the later rounds this year, and that is what happens. You draft a running back, you wear out every last drop out of what he's got, and then you cast him aside in the NFL today.
Yeah,
not a lot of running backs.
But that's just the reality of the situation.
That's what happens. Would I be cool with them signing Josh Jacobs to a 2-year deal? Yeah, 100%. Give me Josh Jacobs 2 years at $8 million, $9 million, whatever it is. But that's not what he is going to want. He's going to want a 3-4 year deal. And for a running back who's already had a severe workload, it's tough for me to want to sign one of them. I wouldn't mind them re-signing Jamal Williams, like you said, to a $6 million deal, something like that. 2 years, $6 million, and then drafting a running back in the 3rd or 4th round. I'd be cool with that.
That's how I'm looking at least. What are you thinking about, Noah?
I just want to say that if we do choose to draft a running back in a later round, there is this guy out of Central, Lou Nichols, who was the top rushing leader all of last season and all of Division I football with 1,800 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns. If we don't choose to re-sign Jamal,
is he like a bigger guy?
Yeah, I think about 5'11", 6 foot, but he's big, downhill, forceful runner, kind of like a mini Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean, again,
so there's a lot of guys out there that could fill that Jamal role
for sure.
There's positions in the NFL I feel like that like you could bank on like a later round pick working out for, and running back is one of them. One of them. Yeah, and a lot of it's because like some of the success is built off your offensive line. What do we have?
A great offensive line.
It's like even, and I wouldn't be mad if they didn't end up doing it in the 2nd round, because again, I have faith that like another guy in the later rounds could work too. I mean, Jamar Jefferson, a 7th round pick that we just discussed like last segment, had explosive plays in the Detroit Lions uniform, and he's not even on the team anymore. So like, I'd be cool if they passed up on it in the 2nd round. But if I want like a staple, a guy that's going to be a dog every single year in, year out. I mean, I can't ask anybody to be Derrick Henry, because Derrick Henry's an anomaly. He's an animal. But like, give me that echelon. Give me a Le'Veon Bell, a Derrick Henry, a LeSean McCoy. I still want that talent, especially if we want those 10 wins and we have Jared Goff to start the season with you. I mean, you're going to need it.
I see 2 players of that echelon in this draft.
Who are they?
And that is Jahmyr Gibbs and
Bijan
Robinson. Those are the 2 players that are that Le'Veon Bell, Derrick Henry-esque workhorse running back.
Tank Bigsby,
yeah, he's all right. And I don't think he is of that echelon, like you said, of a Le'Veon Bell or Derrick Henry or an Ezekiel Elliott coming out of the draft. Like, those guys are special. Those are special talents. And there isn't a lot of them in this draft, especially, like you said, a running back by committee isn't the worst thing to happen. And if you already have Craig Reynolds, you already have DeAndre Swift for another year, you add a thumper and you sign maybe a Raheem Mostert or a Jeff Wilson Jr. Those guys are going to be less expensive and are very capable running backs.
Yeah. And shout out to everybody in the Woodward Sports chat. Joey 5 Steps. Is that actual Joey?
I think so.
He says, I mean, spot check is Jamal Williams free agency estimated around $7 million a year. So would you sign Jamal Williams to a 2-year, $14 million deal? Would you be willing to give him that much money?
2 years, $14 million?
Yeah.
For Jamal Williams? No.
I know.
No, I wouldn't.
And we got a bit of a deal on him too, because mind you, he was the backup in Green Bay, so he didn't have like that much of a workload on him. That's actually my one question to you, Noah, because I know you went to Central. That's why you brought up your boy. But what's his workload look like at Central? Like, is the whole entire offense like predicated on him? And
last season,
yeah,
I would say for sure. I mean, they still had a pretty good passing game, but I mean, he. Let me pull up his carries. He had 341 carries.
Okay.
A lot. But he also had 2 NFL linemen that got drafted in the, I think, 2nd and 3rd round in front of him that year too.
Okay.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, that does add up too. Mm-hmm. But I mean, who knows? Like I said, that's the position I'd pick to find one late. That and receiver for sure.
Yes, for sure. No, undoubtedly. I don't want them to draft
like more of a staple.
I don't want them to draft a running back until the 3rd or 4th round at the very most.
I'd be cool with as high as 2nd for sure.
Yeah, I just don't.
Again, if they evaluate the player as that.
Yeah, I don't really see a workhorse guy that's going to be there, because I think, like I said, Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs are the 2 guys that I could see being that 3-down stud running back, and they'll probably both be gone by the Lions' second round pick.
I tell you what, I mean, we're definitely going to see something go down, because those guys coming up off contract in terms of Jamal Williams, Swift next year, but as much as I love Swift, he's not always available.
It's facts.
You want to tell us about SMA, why I cry about that?
Of course, because the Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. And trust me, guys, I used to work in this field. I know that those who need it rarely seek help because they feel like they're going to be judged for their choices, and that is where stigma comes from. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com to get the help you deserve.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play as well as private lane reservation for $120 if you get thirsty. They got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? And welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
Hello.
We got young Chris in the TD booth. No, a dub on the 1s and 2s. I'm so used to saying JB Smooth. Appreciate you for joining in. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We got done talking about Detroit Lions running back situation because it is a decision that Brad Holmes, the same man we were praising previously, is going to have to make.
He's going to have to make some decisions for sure.
I don't know if it's going to be on the free agent market.
I don't see them giving a big contract to a running back.
No.
I don't. I don't see a Saquon or a Josh Jacobs. I could see a Raheem Mostert or a Jeff Wilson Jr. or one of those lesser.
You know what I don't actually hate that's on this list?
David
Montgomery.
I was going to say, yeah, David Montgomery.
I think he's a dog.
I do too, but I think he'll cost you around the same as Jamal Williams.
See, but I'd be willing to pay him. In all due respect to Jamal.
$6 million a year.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is next year you're gonna have Swift regardless, so you have a little bit of that passing game from him. And you still need that.
Will we have Swift though? Will he be available?
I mean, you have him spottingly.
I know.
More than likely, but. You still need that bruiser. You know what I'm saying? You still need that goal line guy. You still need the role that Jamal feels. And
I like David Montgomery too.
Yeah. He put his shoulder down, knocked guy back for a first down or touchdown for sure. Especially if he's splitting carries too.
I mean, he was splitting carries with Khalil Herbert for a while.
He was.
He's losing the job to Khalil Herbert.
Yeah. I don't know why Devin Singletary's on this list. I think he's ass, to be honest with you.
I don't like Devin Singletary that much either, but he's a running back free agent. That's probably why he's on that list.
That makes sense. He just says absolutely stacked. If I'm trying to sell you on the class being stacked, Tony Pollard's going to get a bag.
Tony Pollard's going to get a bag for sure.
Well, unfortunately, he
has the most tread on the tires out of all of those guys.
He's the most tread?
Yeah.
Montgomery probably got a little more. No. David's been splitting with Zeke. Oh, you said the
most tread left on his tires.
Yeah. He's going to get a bag though.
For sure.
He's a great receiving.
He's going to get paid. He's explosive.
100%. How much would you pay him?
He's going to ask for like $8 million a year.
Probably more.
8 or 9.
I'm gonna look at the top. Actually, one of you guys.
I got him.
Hey, Jamie. Paul Joe Rogan. Look up the highest paid running backs. I'm curious. Obviously, I know Zeke's up there. That's the other thing too. Is again the shelf life. It's a cliff with these running backs.
Yes.
Kind of like the quarterbacks too. Like Matt Ryan, you saw him have a decent year this year. The Colts. Same thing with Russ.
Yeah, it's base salary highest paid is Zeke, 12.5 a year. Dalvin Cook's getting 8.3. Joe Mixon 8, but these are all rookie deals. Saquon 7.2.
Dalvin has rookie deals too?
Yeah. Or no.
No, I think Dalvin might be.
Average contract, Christian McCaffrey 16. Alvin Kamara 15. Zeke 15. Dalvin Cook 12.6. Derrick Henry 12.5.
Dalvin Cook, another second round pick.
Yeah.
I just again, I'm cool with getting a running back later in the draft, and if it works out, works out. If he's just what do you call it? A piece in the cog or cog in the puzzle, whatever the hell that term
Cog
is.
in the machine.
There you go. Thank you. But I just feel like if you're taking one in the second round, if he's there, again, I'm not the Italian evaluator. I'm not like an NFL scout. I'll ask Scott too, obviously, but Scott Bischoff. If you're a second round guy, he's probably a dog. And it's going to work out for you.
Yeah, and it's probably the second round guys are, like I said, going to be like Jahmyr Gibbs, Muhammad Ibrahim. That dude, I don't know if that guy out of Texas or TCU is eligible or if he's coming out, but there'll be a couple there in the second round, but it drops off pretty quick after those first three.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm excited because I feel like, I have enough faith in Brad Holmes that it's going to be a home run hit no matter what he decides to do. And
Brad Holmes can do whatever he wants. He's going to make the right decision. Hey, yo. Never look at me like that again.
I didn't look at you.
You definitely did.
Camera just said not.
Me easy, speak sentence.
Me easy like to talk.
Yeah.
Speaking of those Detroit Lions, Brad Holmes, they are officially in the playoff graphic, if you will. Sauce put up that one up. But they're behind a couple teams. They're behind all of the NFC East, which, by the way, holy poop. Who expected
Not putting
that
it
out
up
of
to
these
say
guys?
my name.
And then the other thing, too, is Mike Gentry could do Chris's job very easily. I might just put in a call for him. I'm just kidding.
Well, you said Chris, so here you go.
But here we go. All the NFC East, which is like surprisingly
taking on a Nokia.
Yeah,
for real.
I wrote this one from Twitter. But the Seahawks, the Falcons, it's doable, Spinny.
It's not.
But it's not looking probable if I'm keeping it
possible, but not probable. It's like you said, they've got the Giants, the Falcons, the Commanders, the Seahawks, and the Cowboys all ahead of them for those wild card spots.
Yeah,
because you got to think the Eagles got the NFC East on wraps, and outside of that, Tampa and Atlanta are fighting. They're both 5-7.
That's another team you got to win out.
Fighting for that division title. The division title of that team, that division is going to be under 500 this year. Whoever wins the NFC South is going to be under 500.
I think they'll make it just over.
We broke down Tampa's schedule, and it's looking like they're going to be 8-9.
Who they got ahead of them? Or just some names. You don't have to look it up verbatim.
Cincinnati, Buffalo.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they had like 3 winnable games.
How about the Commanders sitting at 7-5?
Commanders, yeah, they've ripped off like 5 or 6 wins in a row.
We beat them at our worst.
Yeah, we did. It was tough. The Lions did take care of it, but the Lions are going to need that NFC East to collapse on itself.
Even more than that too, because you got Seattle and the hunt ahead of you at 6-5.
Yes,
and they're duking it out back and forth between the 49ers. So you're realistically looking at. I mean, you have to win out between the both of them, and they're both doing extremely well.
The 49ers,
Seattle's no fluke at this point.
The 49ers are probably going to win that division, I'd assume. The 49ers are a very good team.
Especially after grabbing Christian McCaffrey.
The Eagles are definitely going to win their division.
Yes.
And then you have either Tampa
Cowboys
or
definitely
Atlanta.
making it as a wild card.
Tampa or Atlanta, yeah. So you're fighting for 3. There's 3 wild card spots, and the teams fighting for those spots are the Giants, the Falcons, the Commanders, the Seahawks, and the Cowboys. You can pencil in the Cowboys. They're going to get one of those spots.
Yeah, Cowboys can get one for sure. Outside of, I can't even say outside of like a Dak Prescott injury because they did half of that with Cooper Rush under center. But, I mean, the only thing the Lions can control is winning, which we've seen their schedule going on, and we think it's doable.
We think the Lions can win, 3-4 games maybe in the rest of their schedule?
Oh, man. I said this last week.
I think they're going to lose to the Jets in New York.
I can see him beating the Jets.
Mike
White, actually. You're right. Because he had that last year. Did it again this year. Although it was against the Bears, who have a pathetic defense along with us. But
the Lions will have you're going on the road to play a good team in their house. It'll be tough for them to win that game. You got to play is the Vikings game at home or on the road? That's on the road.
At home.
We're at home?
Yep.
The Lions are at home versus the Vikings. That's a winnable game.
Yes.
We're
better than the last time we faced them,
Lambeau,
too.
that's a winnable game. Playing the Bears again, that's a winnable game.
We have Jameson Williams available for a lot of these games,
and the Panthers on the road is a winnable game.
Panthers got a sneaky good defense.
They do, but it's still winnable.
For my fantasy guys out there, if you're looking, just might want to put that one up.
They didn't trade any of their defensive players.
Yeah, they didn't.
So they still have a good team. But the Lions will have to win at least 4 games. for the rest of the year if they want to be in somewhat contention for a wild card spot.
Knowing that we still have like a lot more that you want to build in the team, we both do. Realistically, I mean, look at this damn team. But are you pulling the tanks back out, like looking at this like roadmap to the playoffs?
Yeah, almost. Yes, they should tank that Bears game.
Warming it up.
We talked about that, about how the Bears,
at least for the Rams pick.
That's like a double tanks. And Neil talked about that. He was like, I'd almost, if they were in playoff contention, want them to still lose that game. He was like, because that's not only tanking for your pick, but for the Rams pick as well. So we'll see if they win these next 2 games. No, I'm going to tell them that they should win out. They should try to do everything they can to win those games, get into the playoffs. But if they lose one of the next 2, it's almost you should probably tank.
What are you thinking, Noah?
Win out.
Win out?
Yeah, just win as many games as possible.
That's truly the only thing they have in control of.
Like, I know the whole draft pick thing. It does make sense. Obviously, I want a nice pick, but at the end of the day, I just want to see them to continue to learn how to win, because they got it down a little bit, but it's still a young team. I would just rather see them play it out, and the Rams aren't doing good. So
having picks 2 and 10 is a lot different than 4 and 17, though.
It's a world difference. I mean, you look at the 2 teams this year that we were constantly compared to. I'd said I wasn't supposed to say, but the teams the Detroit Lions were constantly compared to were the Giants and the Jets.
Yes.
Guess what they both had? 2 picks in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jets actually traded back up into the first round for a 3rd time and got Jermaine Johnson, who's balling. He's doing really well.
Playing very well, yeah.
So it means a world of difference to your team. And, oh, by the way, Jets didn't take a quarterback with those 2 top 10 picks. Giants didn't take a quarterback with those 2 top 10 picks. So, it really can mean a world of difference for you, especially if, it's Brad Holmes doing it, too.
Yes.
Dare I flex that badge?
We talked about it yesterday. What if they get Will Anderson and Joey Porter Jr.? That immediately makes your defense 10 spots better than it was last year.
And I really believe Josh Pascal could play the inside if you decide to for his career. And with Liam coming up to what he's become, Josh Pascal, a little bit of Will Anderson.
Don't forget about that James Houston.
Sheesh. And Joey Porter. There's a little bit of a trend going on with Winfield Jr., with
Patrick Surtain.
There's somebody else too.
J.C. Horn.
Yeah, J.C. Horn. Marvin Harrison
Asante
Jr. now
Samuel
too.
Jr.
Asante Samuel Jr. These juniors
come from good stock.
Looking nice.
They're coming from good stock.
I'll take a Joey Porter Jr. for sure, with some cheese and some fries.
Joey Porter Jr. Man, he's like a prototypical NFL cornerback, dude. Big, rangy, good ball skills.
Matter of fact, I'm watching his highlights tonight.
He's great.
I can't wait.
He's fun to watch. But if you need somewhere to go to get your hair cut, no transition, I couldn't think of it. I'm just diving right into it. Go to Lady Jane's for an award-winning experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home. Up to $200,000. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuffa Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the number one option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That's 313-403-0011. Michael Phillips, game on.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin Morax.
What up, though?
We got young Chris in the T booth. Noah Dubs and the ones and twos. I get so used to saying JB Smooth. I apologize. Welcome back to the show. Live on WoodwardSports.com. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We talked about the Detroit Lions. It's mapped out if they can make the playoffs or not. We gave Brad Holmes kudos. Tomorrow we're diving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Detroit Lions. If you guys have anything specific you'd like us to talk about, please comment that in the Woodward Sports chat. We'll make sure to put it in the prep. But your Michigan State Spartans, they've been trending every once in a while.
They have.
It's not for winning games, but they're still battling for a certain recruit.
They are.
Dante Moore.
It's possible.
Might be back on the market.
I'm not going to say it's there. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but it is possible. Dante Moore took the Oregon recruit out of his Instagram bio over the past weekend. It's tough to say that he's coming back. Michigan State's got him. It's not really. I'm not there yet. We have our insiders saying it would be possible if he scheduled a meeting with Michigan State, but. Yeah. That is tough. That is tough for me to say that Dante Moore's coming back, but it's a good sign. At least he might not be going to Oregon. He might be decommitted into Oregon, and that opens it up. Whether it's Michigan, whether it's Michigan State, you look at a guy that Michigan State is looking at as their quarterback of the future, and that's somebody that's already on the roster. That's Caden Hauser. He was a 4-star commit. He was a guy that is known as a gunslinger, is a guy who can stand in the pocket, make all the throws, has a big arm, can do what he needs to do, can also get out and throw on the run. It's pretty impressive to see what he can do when you look at his film and you look what he did in high school. So Caden Hauser could be a guy that is potentially their starting quarterback coming into next season. But Dante Moore is a different breed. He is a different level of quarterback. He's a different level of recruit. And if it's even potentially there, you got to go for it.
Yeah, I was looking too. It seems as if so Kenny Dillingham was the guy who mainly recruited him to Oregon in the first place, and he's now accepted. He's no longer the offensive coordinator of Oregon. He's accepted the job officially to become the head coach of Arizona State. I saw Dante Moore tweeted him out and congratulating that and everything else. But afterward, since then, like, as we said, he's taken Oregon out of his bio, both on Instagram and Twitter. And one of the situations too, like, yeah, our source says, obviously we'd like to see a visit first, or I mean that's like what kind of needs to happen for that to even like move forward, which Michigan State has been like rumored only on the internet, but he only just now took it out of his bio, so who's to say he hasn't scheduled that yet?
Yeah.
But the one team that I said, and I got a reaction out of you a little bit in the back when I said it, was Michigan.
Yeah.
I think given this, obviously the Dillingham situation is probably why he's decommitting from Oregon. That's the guy he was close to and the reason why he committed there. But Michigan had 3 guys who were like formerly committed to Ohio State, switched to Michigan after that ass whooping that went down in a shoe on Saturday. He was already flirting with Michigan beforehand. Is there like a little bit of fear in you that might happen or what?
I don't know. A quarterback prospect going to Michigan doesn't really fear me because they don't use their quarterback as much.
Yeah.
So if I was a big-time quarterback prospect, I wouldn't go to Michigan because they won't really put you on display, and you won't be able to show recruits and NFL teams what you have.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really scare me. I don't think that a 5-star quarterback prospect really changes what Michigan does.
Bro, as a Michigan State fan, I just want a quarterback there, just so I can see what happens. And I get we had Connor Cook, but he wasn't like a 5-star. He just played really well within the system.
Caden Hauser's a 4-star.
Who is?
Caden Hauser.
That's the guy you're talking about?
Yeah. He's already on the roster.
He's pissed when Dante Moore comes, just saying.
That would be wild.
We watched Dante Moore live. What'd you think?
He's great. Yeah. He's got a great arm. He's very mobile. Yeah, he looks like a 5-star.
I'm looking at the teams he visited outside of Michigan, obviously, and obviously visited Oregon too. But LSU was on there. It was formerly Notre Dame then when Brian Kelly was there, but now Brian Kelly's at LSU, so I'm assuming that's on his list. Miami, Oregon, and Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, this kid can really go wherever the hell he wants.
He can go wherever.
It's not
when you're a
Monty Bates,
5-star. You
yeah.
go wherever you want.
It's not a Monty Bates situation too. Like this kid, like we met him back here too. He came
Very
in
nice
here.
guy.
Yeah, very nice kid. No, you watch college ball. Where do you think he lands?
Oh, I have no idea.
Central Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he decommitted from Oregon.
Yeah,
he didn't decommit yet.
Well, yeah, not officially.
Okay.
But again, the guy that recruited him is now taking a head coaching job at Arizona State. So, and then he took Oregon out of his bio. He's like an Oregon recruit or commit, all that good stuff. No longer there. So, like it's looking like he's back on the market.
Yeah.
And he's from Detroit.
He's probably gonna. I don't know. Would he go Big Ten though?
That's a good question. That is a very good question. There's another quarterback on the market too that people wonder if he's going Big Ten. It's Cade McNamara. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Do you care first and foremost where he goes?
No, absolutely not. Don't care. Cade sucks. It's he's going to go to maybe, like we said, there are a litany of 6-star senior quarterbacks in the Big Ten.
Really?
So whether he's going to Wisconsin, Purdue, Minnesota, it doesn't matter. He's not coming to Michigan State. I'll tell you that.
Central Michigan.
You can go to Central. Go to Central.
Yeah, because he's one of those guys, Cade McNamara, we're talking about now, is like, I feel like Michigan made him more than
10,000%.
Yeah, we went over the stats during the on Victory Monday yesterday. Actually, look at Cade McNamara's stats and a win at home against Ohio State versus JJ's at the shoe. Cade had 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, I think like 169 yards, or maybe it was like 59 yards, if that.
Mm-hmm.
And we obviously know that Michigan offense is predicated off the runs. I mean, Cade. This is a topic because we have to talk about it. Like, he won the Big Ten last year. He did play well for Michigan, but he really didn't. I don't even want to say he played well. He just did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I feel so disrespectful because he's still he's not like a full-grown adult and feels kind of mean, but he's a Jared Goff of like college football right now.
For sure.
That's what Cade McNamara's role is on a team. The Dante Moore stuff is super interesting, again, because he's a Detroit guy. He was formerly flirting with Michigan beforehand. Michigan had the big win over Ohio State. As a State of Michigan guy, I wouldn't mind it. Would you be pissed if he ended up at Michigan?
Who?
Dante Moore.
No, I wouldn't be pissed.
To be honest, I honestly.
They got a 5-star in there now.
Yeah, as I say, I don't really think that he would even go there anyway because that's JJ's spot for sure next year.
Yes.
Like JJ.
110%.
Yeah. So he's not going to start. Stetson Bennett maybe moves out of. I mean, that's. I guess it
maybe
depends what he's
Georgia,
looking for.
maybe Tennessee, like you said. There are different positions.
Tennessee's out there too.
That would be open to Florida. There are a lot of things where he could go, and like you said, it's his choice. Any college wants him. Any college wants this kid. This kid's one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Yeah.
He's 5-star, arguably the best quarterback in the country.
I'm asking you guys in the Woodward Sports Chat, where do you think Dante Moore is going to go if he's truly decommitted from Oregon and shopping around, slutting around a little bit? Dyed his hair red. I'm just kidding.
Cool if he went to Michigan State. That'd be
Oh
real
my
cool.
God! I just said dye his hair red. Made me think maybe Ohio State. He wouldn't do that, would he? They're paying
Might.
enough.
If they pay you enough, yeah.
Who's that guy that Ohio State had? That's he's at Texas now. Quinn Ewers. I think he had like $1 million NIL deal as the backup.
Yeah.
At OSU.
Mm-hmm. And now he plays for Texas.
He might be on. I mean, they're paying.
They're paying. If they're paying, he'll go for sure.
That's another 2024 class guy too. I wouldn't be mad the Lions are flirting with. Damn. This is going to a whole other topic a little bit here, Spinny. But like, if they don't do the quarterback this year, are you broken by it or what?
I'm sorry, what?
If the Lions don't do the quarterback pick this year, are you broken
Yeah,
by it?
I would be pretty upset. I'm not gonna lie.
Quinn Ewers, Drake May, Caleb Williams. Those don't ease the pain a little bit in 2024 class?
No, because I don't think they'll be available to get. They're not going to be in a top 5 position next year to get one of those picks.
We'll land top 5, but not before I tell you guys about my top 5 favorite place to go, and that's Moneyball. Where I don't know where my read is because it's right here. Moneyball Sportswear is your one-stop shop. Whether you want the latest looking athletic apparel or need team uniforms, Moneyball has it all. Stop in the Moneyball showroom in Southfield. Experience the only way to ball, or visit moneyballsportswear.com. Moneyball. It's the only way to ball.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
The official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is The Butchery. Call 248-682-2697. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery. Meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old school butcher shop from a new school perspective. And shout out again to Chef Dave for the birth of his new child. So make sure and celebrate him having another child by going to buy some of his meats. Go buy some of his meat at thebutcherysl.com.
The man's meat clearly works. He just had another child.
That's facts.
All right, it's number 3.
You know,
My math is correct.
you know his meat gets the job done.
He's good with his meat. Gets the job done. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on woodsports.com. If you guys haven't already, please hit the like button. We're only 8 away from hitting our goal. I'm your boy Easy Joe, my man, Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
Chris, Noah W.
Shout out the chat. The likes popped off fast.
Oh, for sure. Those, you know the trick.
Yeah.
You know the trick.
I know the vibes.
Isaiah Stewart. You said he's playing tonight?
Yes. Is he officially? It's
likely.
Back, yeah.
Let me do some Googlings.
Hey Jamie, can you pull that up for me?
Yeah. Let me hit the Twitter streets.
Does this because?
Yep, he's back, and so is Bojan.
That fast?
No, it was literally the first thing on my. Shout out to Woodward Sports Network for tweeting that.
Shout out! I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, I like those guys.
Yeah, they got some handsome TDs.
Handsome titties. It's not the way you compliment tits, Chris.
Yeah, jeez,
idiot.
You would know.
What does this mean to the team? Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What does this mean to the Pistons? Because they've actually gone on a little bit of a win streak there with a lot of these guys out.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. It helps. It brings back one of your better defenders in Isaiah Stewart. It is another body that you can put in there and rebound. Obviously, Bojan coming back is big because he's your leading scorer. He's the best shooter on your team. That's somebody that can help you out in a lot of different ways. But it'll be good to see B. Stu back out there for the Pistons. I missed him. I missed the hustle. I missed the rebounding. And he was shooting the ball pretty well. From three.
Definitely better than I expected.
Yeah.
I mean, not great, but definitely better than I expected.
So it'll be a lot better to get that rotation back in order, whether that's, him at the 4, Bojan at the 3, Bagley at the 5, whatever they're going in with that, but it'll be good to see that rotation kind of get settled down. Now, the backcourt is still a mess. Who knows who's starting? Is it going to be Kojo and Killian again starting or Killian
I don't want to think
and Alec
about
Burks? We'll see, but getting that front court rotation settled down a little bit will be good.
Chris?
Yeah, it's huge, and that was actually going to be something for Fast Break tomorrow, was that Isaiah Stewart, on his last 32 attempts from 3, is shooting 50%. So, obviously a major uptick from that damn near Josh Smith territory he was shooting to start the season. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to be very interested to see how that levels out. But first and foremost, rebounding and defense is the main and most important ingredients that he brings to the team. So that's huge, because ultimately this season I just really wish against injury, because This is all about development. This is all about progress for the young guys. That's it. So you want them to just get as many reps as possible.
Oh man, we put Knicks.
The Booner Sports Show in the Woodward Sports Chat says Livers is starting at the 2 tonight, is what it looks like.
Wow.
Says more defense, more shooting to put out there.
I'm excited to see it, man.
Keep Burks on the bench in that role. I like that.
Yeah.
They did better with, I mean.
So it'll probably be what? Killian, Livers, Boyan, Stu, Bagley.
That's a hell of a defensive lineup. Livers at the 2, huh? That's crazy. He goes all the way from the 2 to the 3 to the 4, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he's more of a 2-3 than he is a 3-4.
And you know the statistics. I know, Chris, you know more specifically than me, but around second-round picks in the NBA, they usually aren't a thing. But for Brad Holmes, Jesus, Troy Weaver, I mean, Livers looking like a piece.
King Horse in the Woodward
off the bench,
Sports
obviously,
Chat.
but
yeah.
King Horse in the Woodward Sports Chat. Whatever happened to American history, Jay?
What's that?
Haven't seen Polo J around. Haven't seen Polo J around. But
go on vacation, I guess. I don't even know if anyone did our clips today, to be honest with you. We got to find that out for tomorrow.
Called you Polo J today.
Me?
Yeah. When with the NPC picture.
Yeah, the picture you put up. He kind of did.
Like nothing. Put the picture up.
But do you?
It's nothing like Polo J. What were we gonna say? I'm still listening.
I've seen a couple mock drafts come out.
Yeah. This kid, he has a Justin Bieber haircut.
That's
I'm wearing
true.
a hat.
And you got more hair on your chin than he has on his head right now.
Yeah.
What's the? I've seen a couple mock drafts come out, and they've been Pistons #1 taking Wemby. Is that your goal for this season so far?
It feels gross to say, but I mean, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
I was watching Amon yesterday too, just highlights, not the actual gameplay, but he looks nice too. So I mean, if we win in the top 5, I think we get the piece that I've been dying for, which is a wing. Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously Wemby's not a wing, but he has.
Is this the most #1 like that you want? Like out of all these past couple drafts, is like I need this #1 more than the other ones.
I wanted the Pistons to get Cade bad.
Yeah, me too.
I wanted Cade to become a Detroit Piston like very bad.
Same.
He just got the, like I said with Amon St. Brown, is like he has the cerebral game down packed.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I wanted Cade more just because as great as Wemby is, there is that question of durability for me. So I've always wanted, and just the Pistons in general, like the last 2 decades, I wanted a good guard. Like we haven't had that. We haven't had like that franchise guard. The last player we built around was a big. So for me,
we had Rodney Stuckey.
Yeah, you don't build around that. You don't build around Rodney Stuckey and Aaron Aflalo.
Yeah, I used to be jealous of Aaron Aflalo.
Yeah, that's facts.
Not a lot of people get that one. No,
that's a bar.
It's just the most #1. How'd you phrase that question?
Is this the #1 you wanted the most out of the past couple drafts?
Honestly, I could care less about the Pistons at this moment.
Wow.
Why?
Boo this man.
You're wearing a Pistons sweater.
Pistons crew neck.
Yeah, what's
I
going on?
love the Pistons,
It's
but
lower the camera so you can see that, by the way. It's fire, by the way.
Yeah.
WoodwardSports.com. We didn't even know that was available.
Check it out. But after Cade got hurt, I mean, I just feel like I wanted to see a whole lot of progress this year. And I'm still going to see a lot of stuff with Ivy, and I mean, even Knox is kind of going off here and there, but I don't want to really spend a whole lot of time watching the Pistons lose and then being like, oh, hey, but that guy's getting better. I'm just going to wait until Cade's back.
Question for you guys.
You suck.
I know.
When do you expect any type of update on Cade? Because, I mean, that situation is what it is.
There's no telling.
All-Star break?
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
No, but that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all.
Tough.
I feel like the team wants to shut him down, but he doesn't.
Huh?
I feel like the team wants to shut him down, but he doesn't.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think the team
Because
does.
he only had his first year in the NBA. The kid wants to hoop.
Yeah.
But that'll do it for us today. We appreciate you all for tapping in and watching us live on WoodwardSports.com. You know when we are. We are from 5 to 7 Monday through Friday. You know where we are. That's WoodwardSports.com. You know who we are. He is Speaking Easy. We got Chris Platty on the 1s and 2s and our boy Noah Dubs in the audio booth. I am Spencer Raxter. Appreciate you all for tapping in. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Can't get me if you can't hear me.
Douche.